Right, Danny? Okay, no, she's
What's that?
recording.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
welcome. I'm so excited. We're going to start having these weekly Zooms. I'm hoping on Mondays. Sorry. Getting a lot of noise in the background here. Mondays at 8 o'clock, this time every Monday. It's not going to be the same agenda each week. One week will be training for new promoters. One week we might have maybe just a leadership Zoom. It depends on what is needed for that week.
Everybody just mute yourselves. Again, tap on the screen and mute yourself so that way there's.
But today, this one's pretty cool because it's the beginning of a new month. I can mute everybody, I think. There we go. It's a new month. We're December 4th. We have auto ships going through tomorrow, which is exciting. We all love auto ship day. It increases our volume up to where we're really more comfortable with it being. So I'm excited for that. Today, can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Today they announced the surprise lifestyle getaway to Las Vegas. I had a feeling it was going to be there. It seems like they've had it in Las Vegas at least once every year except for last year. So I'm pretty excited about that. Mark and I lived in Las Vegas for a long time, so and he still has family out there. So we're excited to go back and see family and kind of tour the old stomping ground. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I know a lot of you are on the verge of getting earning your trip. So I've talked to a few of you, and I'm excited to have our team there. So if you need any help or if any questions regarding the lifestyle getaway, don't hesitate to get with me or your upline, and we can definitely explain things and try to figure out how to get you to earn that. All right. So we're going to go over a few things. I put out there. I'm just trying to get some feedback on who had questions, who had wanted to learn more about a few things. We have a lot of new promoters. So there's a few things, a few topics that a few of you had questions on. So I'm going to go over those a little bit, and I'm going to have Michelle jump in on a topic that I feel she's really, really strong with, and that maybe she can definitely give us some insight on what her, what's working for her with that. So something I've been really getting into a lot lately right now and it's really boosted my volume and my business is three-way chats and calls. I've done a few calls, three-way calls, but I'm really daily. I'm on three-way chats daily with all my new promoters and their potentials. Hold on. And I really encourage that because it has really, it's helped my new promoters reach their VIP, because especially those of our new promoters that don't have a lot of experience in network marketing or direct sales, it helps them feel more comfortable and kind of learn the way the proper terminology, the wording, the way we a lot of the compliant ways we're supposed to be, say, like we say capsules instead of pills, or lifestyle mix instead of shake, DFTs or sticker instead of patch. I know that we're all guilty of that, and that's okay, but we want to just make sure that our new promoters are they know the correct way to talk about our products. But getting your new people into three-way chats or calls has really been
She disappeared.
And it just said Amy is now host.
Oh my God, that's funny.
She's going to ring back in, I'm sure. She's probably not.
Yeah.
Aware. Everybody just hang tight for a second.
Mark's still on, so oh, there she is. She's back. You're muted. Yep.
Okay, so you have to
There you go.
remember that I have 1 million people living in my house, and so everybody uses the Wi-Fi in my house. So it's a mess here. So three-ways. I'm guilty. I did not use three-ways when I first started. And I think a lot of that had to do because we were just so bam, bam, bam. It was just one after another. We didn't really have time. And now that things have, kind of slowed down, these three-way calls have really, kind of pushed my business forward. And I know that it has for a lot of my new promoters. And I just tell them because they're like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So I just tell them to get on a three-way chat with me and just introduce me. I'll do all the talking. Just say, I'm really new. Hey, Sally, this is my friend Danny. She's been with Lavelle longer than I have. She can definitely help answer any questions that you have. And, so she just introduces me like that. And then I just go into the spiel and I make my promoter give me a little background. Is this a customer? Is this a promoter? A potential? And really what they're looking for. And just a little bit of a background so I don't go in there blind. But it's really helped, all around. So I really encourage, you guys getting on that or adding me to one. And especially going into the new year, I think that we really can try to figure out what's going to, with this 2.0, we're all kind of up in the air with what all that's going to be about. So, but I'm really am excited, but we need to really kind of make sure that our new promoters are given everything to be successful. And we want everybody to, start reaching their VIP 800 within their first 14 days, because that's really going to keep them motivated. They see that check, that $600 check, and it's like, whoa, or their $1,300 check. And it's going to keep them wanting to work and reach their next rank and then their next rank. So I know there have been some that don't reach it and they're just like, well, it's kind of discouraging for them. And then they just kind of fall off. So we want to make sure that we're there to ensure that, we're helping them be successful and reach any goal that they have. Any questions or comments on three-way chats or calls? Has anybody been doing them? What works? What doesn't work?
A lot of my girls had questions. Some of them were running into the issues of they were asking their potential's permission before the three-way chat started. So I encouraged them. At least myself, I struck my girls to not ask, to just create the three-way chat and then go into the introduction. I just want to put this out there I know, Danny, you do the same thing. So I'm just kind of putting that out there for everybody and to get everybody together here. When you go to start a three-way chat, just make the group. Hit your group settings, add one of your leaders, and then add the other person, and then start the introduction. This is Danny. She's been in it so much longer than me, and it just occurred to me, I want her in here with us so that way you get all the pertinent information and I don't forget anything. And just think of that. Don't overthink it.
Right. So Ashley, one of our huge promoters right now, she's a free promoter. She's been doing absolutely amazing. I am probably in at least three-way chats with her every day. She does not give anybody the option. She creates the group and she says, hey, this is Ashley. This is my upline. She'll be able to answer any questions that I can't answer for you. And then we just go. And she, it's perfect. It works out great. She just does it. There you go.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if I'll be better on Wi-Fi or not.
Oh,
Because I keep getting like every like third word.
that was
Well,
it
I
for
can.
me. Anybody else?
We all heard her, so it was okay. It must just
Okay.
be your way.
All right. So yeah, definitely. I don't ask. Like I tell them, don't ask. Just add me to a three-way chat. And because a lot of people, they feel weird about it, or like we're trying to what is it, like double team, too much pressure. So but yeah, we definitely Mark Ferguson. Definitely try to get them on it without you know I don't know, don't try to be sneaky about it, but do it whatever you're comfortable with, I guess. Am I frozen? This
No, you're coming in loud and clear.
Okay, because you're all frozen to me. All right. So the next thing I have is how to respond to Thrive isn't working for me. Don't we love that one? So, I know that we have that whole list of, what to say if they come with, oh, it's not working for me. Yeah, exactly, Heather. Yeah, because, Michelle and I and Ashley, we've all been, in this, been doing this for about the same amount of time. And we still don't know all the answers to everything. Like we have to put support tickets in, we have to reach up to our uplines, and so it's not. You want to just make sure that you just tell your customer, I want to make sure that you have all the right information. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to give you anything that's wrong. I just want to bring in someone that might be able to answer your questions a little bit better than I will. So yeah, thanks for that, Heather. So yeah, we have this like list of stuff, this of what to say if someone says, oh, it doesn't work for me. Like I just had someone tell me that it didn't work for them in 2 days. They were taking the Thrive for 2 days and then they stopped because it wasn't working for them. Well, what's going to work in 2 days, So we call this an 8-week experience. That's why we talk about the 1 day, 3 day, 10 day, because not everybody feels anything on day 1 and day 3. Everybody usually feels something by day 10. Not everybody, but usually. That's why we talk about, up to day 10. But this is why this is called an 8-week experience. We want to make sure that you're on this at least 30 days. And this is a lifestyle. It's everybody has different nutritional gaps. Everybody is going to feel something different. This is not going to have the same effect on everybody. So, Ashley, what do you say if someone says to you that it's not working for them?
Pretty much exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
I tell them, well, you're only giving it 3 days. My experience, I didn't experience it in 3 days. Mine was closer to like the 5 or 10 days until I experienced it. The energy I felt on day 1, but other than that, I didn't feel anything other than the energy. So, and that's what I'll tell them. My energy was amazing, but other than that, like my sleeping, that didn't change for about 2 weeks. So
Right.
I tell them it's more of, can you stay on these products and remember to take them, and you're going to try the flavors and make sure this is the kind of product that you want to use and not spend $150 on every month.
Right. the 3-day sample is technically to show them the proper way to take it, and if it's something that they can do every day. It's, can you take the 3 steps properly every day? Because we want them to try it before they buy it, right? So can you take the capsules before your feet hit the ground in the morning, and then 20 to 40 minutes later take your lifestyle mix, and then wear your DFT all day long? If you can't do it for 3 days, then this probably isn't for you then. If you're going to go and spend $150 on a month's supply, we want to make sure that, not only are we getting a sale, but, we have retention. This is where a lot of our income is coming from, is keeping our customers' retention. So we want them to order more than just 1 month. That's not always the case, but that's our goal, is to get them into something that is working for them, and they buy consistently.
I just wanted to pop one more thing in there that, I have a very large level of sarcasm when I deal with idiots. So generally, always, when I get the people that tell me, I didn't feel anything the first day, like I've already had this thing on 3 hours, I haven't felt anything. Every single comparison I use is, number one, 99% of America, of the world, is on some sort of Prozac or antidepressant or birth control. So when your doctor tells you that you cannot have unprotected sex for 30 days because it's not going to start working properly, are you going to tell your doctor, no, that I'm not going to take it? No, your body has got, everybody's body is going to adjust differently. When you're depressed and your doctor tells you you're not going to start feeling the effects for 14 to 30 days, are you going to say, never mind, I don't want to take it? And those are the things that become more relatable to them, and they seem to understand, okay, you know what, that does make sense. My body has to acclimate to it. So I guess bringing it to a more relatable level, dumb it down to them as much as possible. I tell everybody, if your 6-year-old can't explain it back to you, then you're not explaining it to your potentials correctly.
Perfect. Yeah, you want to, like you said, explain it in a way that, we do this every day, day in and day out. And you want to kind of, I don't want you to think that we think our, customers are idiots, but we got to make it idiot proof. I think, Michelle, you've said it before, like if you explain it to your 7-year-old and, in a way that they can, say it back to you, then you've done your job. That's really how that you should explain all of this to someone who's never experienced it before. So, anything else on how to respond when people say Thrive isn't working for me? Because I know a lot of our new promoters are getting not a lot of that, but that is something that it's nerve-wracking when you get that when you're brand new. Well, it's not working for me.
That probably out of the thousands of samples that I've sent out, maybe 2 people have said that. And I think the reason being is because I am so straightforward with them before they even get their samples. This is just to show you the simplicity of the system. You may get lucky. You may feel like a rock star in this first 3 days, but don't expect it because it's 3 days. It's a sample. A sample is a sample is a sample. So I think that's why I don't get a lot of the I didn't feel anything, because they're not expecting to. So when they do feel it, then they're like, holy shit, I thought you said I literally wasn't going to feel anything. No, everybody's different. And it's true. I tell everybody's experience is different. I can't tell you if you're going to feel it in the first 3 days. May you? You may. But you may not. So you can either try it or not. I mean, it's just that simple. I never tell they're going to feel like $1 million when they get it.
Mara, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I always say it wrong. She was on Thrive Squad earlier, and she was talking about smart sampling, and she actually made a really good point that I totally registered with me today when I rewatched it. That it's gone. How often? For real? Oh my God, I was just telling you about it, Michelle, before I got on here. Oh, and I said it in the chat.
Hop back on when you remember.
This is the end of the night. This is what happens. I'm gonna go
You're
check
talking
the
about
chat.
Moria Dillard.
Yeah.
What she said that she posted something, or
Yeah,
what was
she
that?
did a smart sampling live in the Thrive Squad, and she made really good points on exactly what to tell people and these exact challenges. Oh, you made me think of it. Okay, so sampling for free and selling our samples. So she does 4-day samples, which she said we can all do whatever we want, but that's what she does. And she never does free ones. And the reason she doesn't do free ones is you should be targeting the people that are actually going to want to experience it and want to spend the money on it, and not just judge what the products are, basically. And I kind of learned that myself because I've sent out quite a few free ones and ones that people have purchased. And there's a huge difference. The free people will come at you and they will tell you, oh, this isn't working. Oh, it's not doing this. Oh, they'll come up with 100 excuses. The ones that purchase are like, how can I get more of this? So there's a
Yeah.
huge difference on your audience.
Because you get what you pay for, and that works in the reverse psyche as well. So subconsciously, if somebody actually spends the money on it, they're going to expect it to work more than if they didn't. Usually when people give stuff away for free, it's because it doesn't work.
Right.
That's why I sell my samples. Very rarely do I ever give them away, because anybody's going to take free, but are they going to use it, or is it going to sit on their counter for 2 weeks? Because they didn't pay for it, so why bother? You know, if take the time and invest $25 or $30 in a sample, you better bet your ass they're going to be using it.
I've given a few out for free, whether it's a giveaway or but I also kind of pre-qualify them, sort of, where I'm talking to them and I let them know what I need in advance, whether it's, you have to agree to, when you get it, that you tag me in your post saying that you got it, and that you follow up with me after your 3 days. There's certain, stipulations with that. And then I tell them, because I'm giving it to you for free, I kind of do expect you to, purchase it if it's something that you do like. And then if it's something you want to purchase, then I'll give you credits on top of that. So it's kind of giving them also an incentive to order from me, because I'm going to help them with, and I give them like $10, in credits. So I say I'll pay for your shipping or whatever. I'm not going to give them, $75 off or whatever, unless that, there's certain customers that, there's only certain customers I would give them free to, but you got to show value in these samples. And I think a lot of people hear samples, so they think it's free, but showing value, if they can't afford the $25 3-day sample, they're never going to be able to afford the 150 months worth.
Ashley did something really, really smart, and this is what I started doing after she did this. I don't even remember what the hell she was doing it for, but what she did was, it'll probably spark her remembering. But what she did was, I think it was Ashley, told anybody who buys a $25 sample and then turns around and purchases the $150 package, I will refund you the $25 back in either cash or credit. So that's another way too, because people are going to say, okay, this must really work. If they're willing to give me my money back for the sample if I purchase, then I can't lose.
And I never, ever give a sample away without a free customer account. They have to sign up for a customer account in order to get a sample from me. And if they already have a customer account, it's because they've already received a sample and they're sample shopping, you know? So, I know that, I think Ashley, you had one that signed up with me and she signed up with you with a different name and then somebody else with a different name. And, you know, we just got to be careful with that because everybody's just trying to get these free samples without having to, you know, buy a whole month's worth.
I actually had that happen just recently. I gave her a sample. I sent her an add-on to try as well. And she created a bunch of other free accounts and she ended up ordering from somebody else.
It's crazy.
Yep, it happens all the time. And don't let it discourage you, at all, because it will happen. I was furious, but it happens. And just move on, and it wasn't meant to be.
All right. So, Michelle,
Where'd she
are
go?
you there, Michelle? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just answering a potential. I'm here though, I'm listening.
So I want you to talk a little bit about how you sell your experiences because I know that you are really good at selling your samples. So what do you do to get them to buy your sample from you? Because, you know, there was one time I'm sitting there at your house and you sold like 5 within 10 minutes.
Yeah, anytime I need money, I can sell samples. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason behind it other than I just tell people to buy them. I don't ask for giving me the option. Or I might put up, like what I said before about, buy a 3-day sample, get your money back if you decide to buy the package, or, I don't know. I'm just always so excited about it. I think that's the only reason I sell as many as I do is because I'm such a freak about energy and mood elevation is job security. Energy and mood elevation is something everybody wants. If you give people 2 options, you can have weight loss, mood elevation, or energy. Which 2 are you going to pick? They're going to pick the mood elevation and the energy because the weight loss is going to follow. There's a million weight loss companies out there. There's only one Laval. And I make sure that is in every single one of my posts. In one way or another, it's dumbed down for them to understand there is nothing like this in the world. For $25, I can show you how simple this process is. They just buy it. I don't give them an option. Ashley sells a lot too. She does 30 or 25 to pick them up. And she doesn't give very many away either. She usually sells them.
Yeah, that's something
But I
I've
know a
noticed
lot of
with you
people
is
do
that
give
you
them away.
don't.
Now, but I did sell 2 of them. Like on the 1st, because I wanted to take the kids out. So I did sell 2. But other than that, in December, I'm giving them away because it's Christmas. But I'm making sure people understand that's why I'm giving them away.
Yeah. Like, that's something I have noticed with you is that you don't ask them. You just tell them, this is what you need. This is where you send your money. And then when that's sent, then I'll send it out as soon as possible. It's like you don't give them the option. You're not asking for the sale. You're telling them, this is what you need. This is what I'm going to give you. And this is what you need to send me, All right. Any questions? I know that has been brought up several times about how to sell more experiences because there are certain people that are selling them. There's certain people that are giving them away. There's people that can't sell one to save their life. Is there anybody that has any questions or wants more clarification or maybe different ways on how to sell them? No? Okay. Just unmute your phone, your name, your picture, if you want to speak. All right. So, how to increase Facebook interactions with your posts. I know that there's a lot of talk of the algorithms right now, and someone also I saw posted that anything that you like copy and paste and don't actually type out yourself, that Facebook is now kind of like bumping down. They're not showing it, so I don't know. I know a lot of us aren't doing a lot of copy and pasting, but there are some things like I'll keep saved. I save it in my Evernotes or my notebook or whatever, my note section of my phone, and I'll copy and paste that and put it on a post. Or I'll maybe repost something that I posted a few months ago, and I'll copy and paste. And I've noticed that there's not as much interaction on those posts, but what I've been getting a lot of interaction on lately is like this one from yesterday, just about what is it? If you could have one of these things to help you, whether it's more energy or whatever, write down below what it would, like what you want, more energy or lose weight or whatever. That gets a lot of interaction on my pages. Like I said, any type of giveaway gets a lot of interaction, especially this time of year. Let's see. Who has ideas on how to bump up their algorithm and bump up their interaction on their pages? What's been a good post for you?
So I haven't been really necessarily doing like posts, but I've been picking a letter every day and going through and communicating and commenting, not just liking their posts. And then a lot of those people I'm noticing will start watching, and then they start liking posts. So if you go and talk with other people that you don't talk to on a regular, that you don't see in your news feed, I just pick a letter because I have so many. And I do it from there because I should be having way more interaction than I do. I have tons of friends. So I have to build that up. And that's been working for me.
Anything where people can answer a question works. So whether it's, I have so many friends on Facebook, I want to know where everybody lives. I had hundreds of people telling me where they live. I put another post up that said, I love you all so much. How many love me back? Hundreds of people telling me they love me. I don't even know who these people are. I've never spoke to them a day in my life. But somehow, some way, I'm seeing names that I've never seen in my life. You can legit go on and go, you guys, I need help. This is a very popular one. Go on Google and pick 2 different hairstyles. Put them side by side on Facebook. Put A on one, B on the other one, and say, guys, I need help. Which one, A or B? And watch how many people want to tell you how to get your hair cut. So legit, just any post that you guys can come up with that's asking a question, where an interactive post where they have to actually answer you, will boost your algorithm by 2,000%. I'm telling you, my sales are going through the roof right now just because I've had, I did so many friendship ladders. I have over 500 Facebook friends in the last 30 days. And now I am legit just, I'm posting these stupid, ridiculously stupid posts that people are having so much fun interacting on. That one, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and you have to hit your center identification button to pick words to go in there. That's another huge hit. People love to do those little Facebook games.
Yeah, and also going back through every day and looking at your friends' birthdays and just wishing them a happy birthday. So if you do that every day for a year, you've gotten all your friends, for the last year. Like, that's huge. Also, I know that we love giving our fellow promoters love on their posts, and that's awesome. But
Oh,
if you,
God, stop. Stop doing that, you guys. Sorry, Danny, but this is one of my biggest pet peeves. You guys, yes, love is very important, only when it's asked for, though. Because if you're going every single day, if you're going on all of your promoters or everybody on your team, if you're going on all their posts and saying, oh my God, this is an awesome deal, or oh, pick me, or whatever, guess what? That's all you're going to see is your promoters all day long. You're not going to see anybody else. Stop commenting on other promoters' posts unless you're asked to, because then all you're going to see is your promoters.
exactly.
Sorry. I'm so glad you
No.
hit on. I've been meaning to say something for like 7 months.
Yeah, because if you're just seeing only promoters posts in your feed, then you're commenting too much on them. You know, you want to make sure that you're going back through and you're going and being intentional for people that are not promoters. And I'm just going to go off topic a little bit on this. Also, when I know we've had a couple uplines that are doing like giveaways right now, and they want you to share with your friends. I love that, and I know that we want to help support fellow promoters, but you're just sending people to their page. So like Lisa's doing these mommy giveaways, which is awesome, and one of the stipulations is sharing and tagging people. Well, guess what? Now they start seeing her posts. So
And enrolling with her as a free customer instead of you, because they want to win her giveaway. Do not share the other promoters' posts ever, 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 please. God,
Right.
thank you. That's another good thing.
Yeah. So we just, we want to make sure that, your people are seeing your posts, because we want them to sign up with you. You're doing all the hard work. You're friending them. You are being intentional on your page to try to get interaction and interest. And we don't want to lose, those people that you've worked so hard for. So, what we say, birthdays, likes and comments, and it doesn't always have to be about business if you message them. I want to make sure that we're following up with them quite frequently, and doesn't always have to be about Thrive. It could be like, oh my gosh, I just saw the picture you posted of your little girl. Isn't she so cute? I can't believe how fast she's growing. And then the next time you could talk to them about the business,
A perfect example today is I was going through my follow-ups, and I had one from April that I hadn't heard from. So I hadn't talked to her. I haven't seen her post on Facebook. I didn't know if she unfriended me. So I went to Messenger, and I said, Kateri, I have not. I said, Kateri, you've been on my mind so much lately. I don't know what it is, but for 3 days I can't stop thinking about you. Is everything okay? I don't know this girl. She's just a Facebook friend. I just realized that she signed up as a free customer back in April, and I never followed up with her. So she came back and she was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. No, everything's going really good. How's your Christmas? We just kind of started a conversation. Nothing about business at all. Within 2 hours of kind of small talk back and forth here and there, she said, I've been meaning to get a hold of you. I want to do one of those samples that you do. Boom. It took me 2 hours, but eventually it all comes back to Thrive.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Because then it goes into like,
cold messaging can be good. Just don't use the business. Cold message everybody and just be like, you've been on my mind. How are you doing? Is everything okay? Don't say anything about the business. They'll bring it up to you. Trust me. Just go start a conversation. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Like, honestly, that's how I got started with our previous business. My girlfriend of 15 years, I lost touch with, and she just messaged me. Like, I became a mom. She became a mom. With us, losing touch, we found each other back on Facebook, and she just messaged me, and she was with our previous company, and she's like, oh my gosh, your girls are so big, blah, blah, blah. And that was a cold message, because it wasn't something like we saw each other out and we're like, hey, it was good seeing you. No, this is something I didn't talk to her in like at least 10 years. And then she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I work for this company. I work from home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could work from home. I was a stay-at-home mom. Like, I just wish I could make some money from home. And bam, she hook, line, and sinker on me, right? So, but yeah, just just touching base with people, even following up with people that, like Michelle said, had been since what you said, April, Michelle. So just going back like through your messages, it may take you hours to go back through, months and months, even years past, but just kind of, hey, I know it's been a while since I've talked to you. I'm sorry I lost touch with you. How have you been? So just
Even
trying to,
hundreds like that. Go back, take your messenger and just fling it like 20 times and go all the way back from the very first week that you started and start making a new hundreds list. Don't even open the messages. Just start writing people's names down of people you haven't talked to in months. And then when you have time, you can just go back to that list and bring them up when you have time. Because like me, I get lost in the mix. After going through Messenger for 2 hours, somebody calls me, somebody messages me. Well, guess what? I don't even know where the hell that message just went, and I can't remember who the hell I was just messaging. So, I mean, even if you do that, you guys, you should be making a new hundreds list at the beginning of every single month. If you're doing your job and sending those friend requests out on the first of every month, your new hundreds list should be started, and that should be done within 72 hours. So you should make that a personal goal on the first of every month to start a new hundreds list. And if you can't, then you have not done enough friend requests.
Yeah, if you do a new one every month, that's 1,200 people. A minimum of 1,200 people in a year. Like, that's crazy. If, let's say, 10% of them say yes, that's still 120 people.
Right.
Say 1% says yes, that's 12. That's still a lot more than some people are getting. We just need to put ourselves out there and, like I said, make a new hundred list, and your hundred list should always be growing too, because you should be making new friends on Facebook constantly, growing your network. I know, like when I first started 2.5 years ago, I had less than 200 friends, and I'm almost at 4,000 now.
Yeah.
That's the max, by the way.
What's that?
That's the max, by the way. You'll have to start deleting and re-adding.
I thought 5,000 was.
5,000 is.
Oh, then that's where I'm at.
I asked 1,000. I've started with 74 Facebook friends, and I am now up to just barely 2,000. But just in the last month, I've gotten 500. It's been crazy. I just went nuts. I can't do this anymore. I got to grow my business. You guys have this mindset that, the higher up you get, the easier it gets. And I want you to understand something, that for us to reach 12K, 40K, 80K, you realize how many people we already signed? That brings our warm market is gone. Our cold market is gone. We have to constantly be reproducing another cold market. So when you guys are telling me, when you haven't hit your 4K yet, and you're telling me I'm doing everything I possibly can, I can't get anybody, nobody's answering me, I'm going to call you out on that. I'm going to go on your Facebook page, and I'm going to tell you I do not see you posting 3 to 5 times an hour. When it takes, and I broke this all down for you guys numerous times, when it takes 30 seconds to make one post, there is no reason why you can't do 4 posts an hour. There is no reason you can't do that. That's 2 minutes an hour. Okay, that's 15 minutes a day if you work it for 8 hours a day. So this is a job. So if you want to be where I am, you have to be willing to do what I do. So that means posting. If you go back and check your Facebook and you post 3 times, guess how many people saw your post? You're lucky if 5 saw them. So if you go and put a post up there, go to the bathroom and come back and go on Facebook, go see how far down your post is. Just from going to the bathroom and coming back out, you probably won't even find it. Well, neither can anybody else, because it's been pushed down by everybody else in their friends list. So by posting every 15 minutes, it doesn't take that much, you guys. 30 seconds. If I can do it with 5 kids, if Ashley can do it with her crazy, freaking insane life, there is no reason that anybody can't be posting that much.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go onto Buffer, or what's the other one you talk about, Michelle?
Sweet.
Hootsuite. I think those are great apps to use at certain times, not all day, every day. Because if you look, you can see the people that post, and it'll say buffer, it'll say Hootsuite or whatever it's called at the top. And I'm telling you, those posts don't get the interaction, and Facebook is pushing them down because it's just like copy and pasting. It's just like so they know how long it should take to read a post. They know if you are just going through everybody's post and like, they're going to give you a bad rating basically, and make sure that your posts are not being shown. Facebook has really become like a stickler to everything. So these buffers and other apps that they have right now, I think it's a great tool to use when you know you're not going to be able to post for a couple of hours, whether you have a full-time job. That's great. I'm all for having a full-time job and doing this part-time. But, everybody gets a break. Everybody gets, gets a lunch break. You should be posting and interacting during your breaks. What's that?
If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way.
Yeah. But I wouldn't use that as your only way to post all day, every day. Because it's going to be kind of, I don't want to say a waste of time, but you're not going to get the interaction and that you really need to grow your business.
So Ashley just got on. She's the one that I was talking about before. And she's one that uses Buffer all the time. And she somehow has it figured out, like the perfect this many times, and then she throws in her other posts that she does. She has it figured out, and I never was that good at it. So if anybody wants to learn more about how she does Buffer and how she sets it up, she's one that is good at it. I never got it figured out.
Yeah, and I mean, when I was doing Zoe's for 70 hours a week, I didn't have a choice. Obviously, I had to use Hootsuite, and it was very, very helpful. But you have to be extremely committed to going back and making sure you're checking every one of those posts, because 9 times out of 10, Facebook will not give you notifications for Hootsuite or Buffer posts. So if you're just relying on your notifications, then you could be missing a lot of potential. Because 9 times out of 10, I got no notifications, and I had messages under my Hootsuite, and those were all gone. So I had to go find them my Hootsuite photo album, which they hide, find all the posts because they disappear. So that's another problem with Hootsuite and Buffer as well. You can't bump those posts back up. They're only up for so long, and then they're gone. They disappear forever. You can't get them again. So that's another downfall. But, I think what Danny is saying is that it's great for people who are saying, well, I can't post because I'm at work all day, or I can't do this. There are other options. And you also got to keep in mind, you guys, the peak times. You need to know when the peak times are for posting. And if you don't know what those times are, then you need to find out, because there are peak times for posting. Find a way to do it. I got to plug you guys in.
Absolutely. And, put one of those posts up saying, comment with the time when you see this. And then you'll be able to see what time it is when the majority of the people see your post.
Right.
And run that for 24 hours.
I made a note, put into an hour here, so I don't want to keep everybody much longer, but I did make a note of this, Danny. I would like to touch base on branding next Monday, because once I branded myself, I found that my followers and my sales went through the roof. So I think that we should do, we'll give everybody a nice big long week's notice, but I think that we should concentrate on teaching everybody how to brand themselves, or maybe even later in the week. I think that should be a really big topic, December.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. And then, absolutely. I And then I want to also talk about our 24-hour recorded calls.
Oh, God. Let me tell you, I have been trying to do that so long, but this stupid voice, I can't do it. Like, this 24-hour call is going to be the death of me. Yes, and a lot of my girls have done that. I'd have to say, what, Ashley? Probably 75%?
All right.
They've been doing really good with that.
I don't know. I don't know who sent them to you and who sent them to me. I know I approved at least a handful of them. So
Yeah, we had a good 15 to 20 girls. They did really good. I mean, unfortunately, they probably wanted to kill us because I don't think anybody that we approved the first time. Does anybody
No, I think that's awesome because, getting another 1 to 2, 3 people to listen in and getting some constructive criticism, that's the only way you're going to be able to grow and, learn how to, because you don't know how you sound, and a lot of us don't like to play it back and listen, so having somebody else listen, like I had Mark listen to mine, and I was like cringing when he was giving me the paper with all the stuff that I had to improve on. He's like, oh, it's not that bad, and I'm like, oh, because I knew I messed up in a couple places, and but it's always good to hear from somebody else. Absolutely.
So you just gave me, I totally just thought of something else for cold messaging. It kind of all plays together. So I listened to another training, and I don't remember who did it, so I can't give them credit because I forgot. But they said to send out cold messages and say, hey, can you do me a favor and listen to I had the rest of the team doing it too in the chat, and listen to my recorded call. So that was huge. And I didn't get any customers or any sales off of it, but I had people message me back and that actually listened to it and actually gave me criticism. And it was like a couple of my old bosses that I had from the bank and somebody else I worked with. And it was really hard, like what you were saying, Danny, but it's wonderful because they actually listen to it and you can learn a lot.
That's a really good idea. I'm going to actually do the recording opposed to a call because I think people are going to be more apt to press play than they are to dial a number. So that's just my personal preference, is that I'm going to do keep it under 3 minutes, and I'm going to have myself and my 3 products. I'm going to do exactly what Paul said to do, but I'm going to do it in a video, a recording, not a live, and then I'm going to send that link to everybody opposed to having my recorded call because I just can't. I'm having a hard time with it.
Well, I know, some people have a hard time with the phone, like a video or recording like that. Some people are more, comfortable with it. You have to learn what's going to be good for you, what you're comfortable with, what's going to work for you. And then that's what you roll with, 3-way calls are not for me. 3-way chats. I'm successful 3-way chats, not 3-way calls. It's hard for me to get people on a 3-way call when I'm not comfortable getting on one myself. When someone wants me to get on a call, how do I get someone to get on a call with me if I don't want to get on a call with somebody else? But I'll get on a chat all day long, And I know that Amanda Arnett posted that she put her 24-hour call and posted to YouTube. And she just sends people her YouTube link. So it's kind of a cool idea too. And it's just, they just pop up on YouTube and they record, they can listen to their her call on YouTube. So, all right. Does anybody have any other questions or anything you want to bring up before we end this call?
Somebody who hasn't already talked? Let me look through here.
This is beginning of December. It's going to be a big month. I know a lot of people are, buying gifts, and I know something that I posted today. I've had a couple people message me about is, I know we have customers or people who want to try Thrive. Well, when they sign up for a free customer account, they still get a referral link. Give their friends and family their referral link. And then they can sign up for an account and they can buy the Thrive experience, and then they can gift wrap that and give it to their, the person that referred them. Does that make sense?
And that's what I did today was I said, do you want to buy somebody energy for Christmas? What is a better gift than giving somebody energy for Christmas? Get a hold of me and I will give you a killer deal as a Christmas gift for somebody on your list. I've talked to 2 people about it so far. Does anybody have any questions? Lulu, Allison, Patty, Tracy, April?
I'm good. I'm cleaning up my toddler's room now.
Okay. Heather, you got any questions, honey, or are you good?
Sorry, go ahead. Were you still talking, Michelle?
No.
My internet's awful. All right. All right, so nobody has any other questions or anything they want to bring up? And we'll just want to make sure that we keep this time open every Monday so that we can all join and bring up any issues, not issues, but like concerns that they're having for the week, or questions that they have that maybe other people might have, because there's a lot of people that may have the same questions as you, but they're not comfortable bringing it up in a group setting, but you may help them feel better with you bringing up yourself. So I think next week, Michelle, we're going to talk about branding. We're going to definitely get some ideas about that,
I want
especially going into the new year.
Contact your downlines. With myself having 500 people directly underneath me, 500 people as a whole team, this should be so full that we should be hitting a max. Okay? So last Monday, I let everybody know that it was canceled Monday because we didn't give a lot of notice, and we did it this week. We gave everybody a week's notice, and everybody does get credit. And you guys, there are good consequences for being on these Zooms. Okay? And you'll find that out as the time progresses. There's a reason why we keep track of who's on the Zooms and who's not. Okay, so you might want to get in touch with your downlines and make sure they all understand every Monday at 8 p.m. they need to be on these Zooms. It's so important to be plugging in, you guys. If you want your teams to be successful, get them plugged into these. Okay, not just ours, but everybody.
Absolutely. That's why we say you need to show up to go up. It's because you're showing up to these Zooms, these team Zooms, these, Paul Gravette calls, our team live events. I know that you're not able to get to every single night, but you need to get to as many as you can, because not all of these are exactly the same. So, and I've been with Lavelle now 8 months, and I'm still learning on every call I'm on. I'm learning something new or getting different ideas, because we all have different ways of doing things. We all think differently. So, kind of getting on like this and getting some different ideas from people, it could really, step out yourself out of the box, and kind of, you could be doing something different that really will skyrocket your business. So, all right, guys, I hope you have an amazing week. Go ahead, Michelle.
No, I was just going to say, okay, thank you so much, Danny, for doing this and getting this started, and we'll get going strong here. All right, you guys, if you guys have any questions,
Absolutely.
I'll put it in the Thrivers page, and Danny will also have a running board in her threads as well. So if you guys have specific things you want talked about, please make sure that you're messaging or letting us know, okay?
Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great night.
Great, guys. Bye, Funky.